So in just a couple of hours, I'm going to go to the airport and pick up my mom and dad. They've been on a trip to Scotland for almost a month. Kind of cool, kind of exciting. A lot of shit went down. They had a couple of pretty major adventures that I learned about via email with them. And anyway, I love going to the airport, and I'm super happy to have them back. And I'm really excited to hear more about their trip. And I was really excited for them to go. You know, they're both late 70s, early 80s. Here, this is them. This is my mom and dad. How cute are they? Can you see them okay, or is there a glare? There you go. Anyway, they're awesome human beings, like awesome human beings. And it got me thinking about family and adventure and travel and life, and I went off on my little... So I wanted to share a couple things with you. Because, and my dogs might bark in between, by the way. Sorry about that. I'm at home. And my pug, you might hear him snoring or snorting or whatever. So here's what oh, there he goes right there. Here's what I want to share with you. When I was thinking about picking up my parents, I was thinking about a daughter picking up a mother and father. And I kind of played that scenario out and how nice it is. And then I started thinking about being a daughter and being a mom and being a dad and labels and how significant they are in our world, right? In our society and in our existence. Because what if it was just Sarah picking up Beryl and Martin? That's my mom and dad's names. And there was no label. There was no, this is a daughter picking up a mom and dad. This was just a woman named Sarah picking up a man and a woman named Beryl and Martin. There would be no preconception. There would be no expectation. There would be no history. There would be nothing. It would just be this human being going to help out another couple of human beings because they needed a ride back. And they would be appreciative of this human being coming to help them. And it would be this human being just excited to hear about their trip without being, hey, it's my mom and dad that went. And in my case, you know, I'm really fortunate because I adore my parents. Like, they are amazing human beings. Like, they're just so great. And I've been very fortunate. And on this sort of journey that I've been taking spiritually, I've come to let go of labels. I've come to look at them as Beryl and Martin as opposed to my mom and dad over the years. And that makes me appreciate them even more, because I don't hold any preconception. I don't hold any conditioning. I don't hold any expectation on them being my parents anymore. I used to, for sure. You know, I expected certain things. There's no conditions in my relationship with my parents anymore. And that's awesome. And I've kind of got that space with pretty well everything and everyone in my life right now. And I really value that. And that's why I want to share this with you, because I really do think that if you can experiment with kind of letting go of labels. So some are more difficult than others to let go of. So if you have a somewhat tumultuous relationship with a family member, letting go of that label might be more difficult, but you could start with someone that you actually have a good relationship with and just remove. So let's say, you know, you and your mom get along really well. And so if that's the case, take away the label of mom and take away the label of daughter and just look at that woman as Barbara or Diane or Phyllis or, you know, whatever her name is, Sue. You know, look at that woman simply as that name, not your mom, because then you see them in a completely different light, and you kind of appreciate them more and realize that they're just living their life as best they can, and they're, you know, you see more about their adventures and their mistakes and their successes, and there's no label of who they are. It takes you out of the picture, right? It's not egoic anymore. It's not, this is my mom. It's, this is this human being, Phyllis, Margaret, Nancy. This for me, it's Beryl. This Beryl, I see Beryl as a woman who is, beautiful and kind and spiritual and giving and funny, quirky. And I can see her in a completely different way than I did when I think of her as my mom. So my challenge to you today is, and the reason why it's better that way is because you don't have any expectations on these people anymore. So once you do it with somebody who you don't have an issue with, and that's easier because you can really value them as a human being, then you start working on the people that you do have problems with. So if you have a difficult relationship with a family member, then, trying to release the expectation that you might have on, he's my dad, so he should be doing such and such. Or that's my brother, how dare he treat me that way. If you see them as that's Phil or Bob or Dan, it kind of releases your expectations of who that person is, because he's no longer part of your story, right? It's not egoic anymore. It's not personal. You take the you out of them. And you don't do that to forgive them or give them a pass. You do that because that liberates you. And you no longer have this, oh, fuck, I can't believe they fucking did that. Or I can't believe I can't. You release that burden that a label will attach to that human being in your life. So I want you to experiment with this. My challenge to you is, start with somebody who you have a very nice relationship with. And it doesn't have to be family. It could be a friend. Maybe you have a friend and, oh, she's my friend. How about, hey, no, she's Sue, or why is Sue's coming up a lot? Fuck, I'm drawing a blank on names. That's nuts. Anyway, you get what I'm getting at. So give it a shot, because I'm telling you it is liberating. I'm telling you it is freedom. I'm telling you it'll take you that step closer to this sort of soul awakening, this coming from a different space. Remove the label, you remove expectation. Not just what you expect them to do in your life, but also what you expect you to do in their life. No. You're under no obligation. Zero. Your biggest job is to make sure you are a satisfied, content soul. Because if you're not that, you cannot go forth and do good. And that's what we need to do. We need to spread some good shit, guys. We need to spread our good shit around. So release, let go of the labels, let go of the expectation, let go of the frustration, let go of the grief, let go of the anger, let go of the sadness. Because if you don't expect something from anybody, you're fine. And ultimately, you're going to find out that it's for the betterment of you, and that everything you need is already here. And it doesn't matter if they keep expecting things from you, because it's not your job. It's no obligation, guys. The obligation is to you, your soul. You're the steward of your soul. So do what you have to do to make sure that soul is content. And the fear is that when you start thinking that way, that all of a sudden, oh my God, I don't want to work. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna loot and whatever comes up. We frantically think that once we allow ourselves to be happy and content, that we're gonna all of a sudden it's mayhem. Society is gonna fall apart. No. No, it doesn't work that way. What happens is you just become an even better human being. You become better for yourself, and then you become better for others. Only good rises. Only joy rises. Not mayhem. Not anger, not frustration. That shit goes off to the wayside because you don't need it anymore. All right, so try releasing labels. Then you get to release expectation. You see people in a whole different light. And then you start to see you in a different light too, and that's pretty fucking awesome. All right, that's my challenge to you.